What's cracking, everybody? XehrFelrose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle content. In today's video, we're taking a look at a fun team, Shoutcast, in the Evolution Cup, as we send it off for the season before the inevitable, unbearable, terrible Catch Cup comes. We're putting the ice in spice today with Galarian Mr. Mime in the Evolution Cup. Looking forward to these battles for my buddy Stop Alcatra, who sent them over to me. This trainer is absolutely cracked, and I always look forward to seeing his battles. So let's get straight in. We've got a Hakamo and the Vigoroth in the back with Galarian Mr. Mime in the lead, probably to get that Golbat in and out of the way, right? So we've got, on the first game here, we've got Primeape on the lead, and they're staying in, getting chunked by these confusions. Galarian Mr. Mime is not exactly what I would call anything other than glassy, though. Not a whole lot of not a whole lot of stat product there, but coming in, when the opponent swaps into a Alolan Graveler throwing Rock Throw, and Alcatraz sends in the Hakamo here to completely wall this trainer's energy. Most players would probably bring in the Vigoroth here just because they see the rock typing, but oh no, not the Togetic. Oh goodness. Well, that's about as bad as an alignment as you could ask for. You're doing no damage. It's unfortunate. So one of the reasons why I like Togetic in this cup so much is because anyone who plays Hakamo, if it gets lined up against Togetic, it's pretty much over. Opponent fishing for a boost and looking for a farm down. They're able to keep both shields, unfortunately. Alcatraz maybe looking to burn the switch timer to save the Hakamo for the Primeape instead. This opponent is absolutely just... Two-shield Togetic is just so strong. It really is in this meta. With Steel Wing as well, it's just, I didn't see if they, I wasn't paying attention to the fast move Steel Wing or Fairy Wind, but either way, it's still really good in this meta. Body Slam, gonna get that shield from the Primeape. The Primeape's counters, taking the Vigoroth extremely low, and Alcatraz decides to just let it go. Night Slash gonna take out, no boost from the opponent. And we've got Galarian Mr. Mime coming in to get that triple axle in. And I almost wonder if it might have been it might have been beneficial to use the use the Dragon Claw here against the Primeape to save some energy, I guess, for the I don't know. It's, you never know with these things, you know. But having to take that damage from the Primeape actually really felt bad, but good game. All right, getting into the next game. Hopefully some better stuff happens in this game. We got Togetic on the lead this time, and the opponent stays in. They have Fairy Wind, not being able to do super effective damage with the Steel Wing because they don't have it. They don't want to spend the Elite TM, and I don't blame them. Fairy Wind is fine on Togetic, but I certainly prefer and think Steel Wing is much better. Opponent gonna go ahead and shield and throw on CMP. Gotta go for the no shield here. Just want to keep... Oh, not the Gleam, dude! Oh, the poor Mr. Mime didn't know what hit him, man. That could have been an ancient power, and that would have been fine, but no, no, no. This trainer said, I'm blowing your face off. That's all there is to it. But a shield up Vigoroth is going to do very well in this matchup. And the opponent now comes in with their own Vigoroth here. Alcatraz looking to throw a Body Slam and then maybe dip into the Hakamo here to try and fish out the other Pokemon in the back here. Exactly what he does. The opponent, not likely to have another Fairy in the back, comes in with a Piloswine and throws on alignment to allow Alcatraz's Hakamo to get a full Dragon Tail through, shield the Avalanche, up a shield for everything on the rest of the team. This is good. Over farming like a pro. This trainer is, I'm telling you, this guy is absolutely cracked. He actually used to do YouTube and Twitch. I don't know if he still does. But he goes on by the same name. You should check him out if you want to look in and see if he's still doing stuff. But he's on like leaderboards regularly. I think he said he was taking the season very, very chill, and that'll be why these are done in the expert elo range instead of, you know, where I would expect him to be normally on the top of the leaderboards. But taking the dub in that game, well done. Getting into the next battle, we got the Mr. Spice here against Vigoroth. Not sure if this is a good matchup or not, but apparently Alcatraz doesn't think so, and the opponent doesn't think so either, so they both immediately swap, and now we have Vigoroth against Charjabug. One of the interesting things to note is that Vigoroth can go straight Body Slam in this matchup and still win it. I believe it's the ones where it wins straight Body Slam. And the opponent goes for the X-Scissor. Need a trainer looking to give up a shield yet, but Alcatraz throwing on 3 on good timing to get that Body Slam off in the middle of the Volt Switch here. Love to see it. Opponent shields up first. See, when you have control of the matchup, right? The opponent shields. Now you can possibly even bring in the Hakamo and load up on energy. Make the opponent force them to show you their third Pokemon. Exactly what Alcatraz is looking to do here as it walls the energy. Hakamo walls the Charjabug here and is going to be able to get this farm down here. No problem. Even gets the 1 HP for extra farm here, but unfortunately he has to take an extra charge move in order to get it. X-Scissor goes through here, and the opponent lets their Charger Bug go down, and we're going to see what comes in. Vigoroth comes in. Whatever's in the back, probably not going to enjoy seeing this Hakamo, so the opponent's trying to do what they can to get rid of Hakamo's energy, but, I mean, Galarian Mr. Mime is just dancing. He's ready. He knows. He knows exactly how this goes. Is it worth a shield here? I don't think it is. Maybe you 2-shield through Mr. Mime and let those confusions just do their thing. Opponent has a Shadow Dusclops in the back. And it's a Shadow, which means that it's definitely not going to be running Poltergeist. I would definitely expect this trainer to have Shadow Punch, Ice Punch on their Dusclops because that Shadow Boost really makes it helpful. Opponent going for multiple charge moves here. They have a lot of energy. Alcatra is going to shield up. Opponent goes for 1 Shadow Punch. Now they're going to go for another Shadow Punch. But this should be okay as long as Alcatraz can get to that triple axle before the opponent gets to another, and they had that much energy. Jeez, man. Not much you're going to be able to do about that, unfortunately. It's just very quick to those shadow punches, but good game. Getting into the next battle, Mr. Mime against a Vigoroth yet again, and we're living life on the edge, low battery. Let's see how we do. So we're going straight into Vigoroth here, trying to pressure the opponent to send their Vigoroth away, but the opponent stays in with their Vigoroth. That's the one downside to having the Vigoroth in the back, is that if you are pressured by Vigoroth leads, you really can't swap out. You can't swap out into your own Vigoroth, because if you're behind energy or shield or HP, like if you're behind in that matchup, you lose it no matter what. So unless, you know, one of you decides not to shield once and the other does, and then obviously in even shields, you lose the matchup. We'll just leave it at that. But going for as many rock slides as this Vigoroth can put out here. Dusclops having a non-purified status here means that they're running Ice Punch on either Shadow Punch or Poltergeist here, which means that there's really no damage. Pressure coming from this Dusclops to be a slow, grindy matchup, but bringing the Dusclops down into the red after this rock slide. The Vigoroth deep in the red. Just a couple hexes will be enough, but not quite enough before this rock slide can get off at the last second. Gonna force the shield or switch off of this Dusclops. The opponent decides to go down 0 shields and now throw a charge move here. Maybe they were looking to throw. This is definitely enough. Yeah, it's a Poltergeist. Ooh, that was painful. Oh my goodness. Vigoroth is gonna come back in though, out of energy, and is going to be able to get to this body slam. The Mr. Mime has to shield, as it's the only thing with any remotely amount of HP left, and the opponent's staying in. Vigoroth is just about to get to a charge move, but loses CMP apparently to Mr. Spice over here. Triple Axel's going to take him out, and let's see what the opponent has in the back. They have the Golbat. Golbat is going to be able to get to a Poison Fang in less time than it would take to get to that Psychic, but the Triple Axel don't care. Boom! We taking it out with Triple Axel. That's a good game. AirPods at 4%, picking up a positive set, getting higher in the world here, and the elo's going up. Let's see, Mr. Spicy and Celio. This is a pretty good matchup as you resist the fast move damage from Celio, and you're doing confusion damage back, which is always nice. But you are going to have to be able to get to that Psychic, and the opponent can definitely they can overfarm and go for body slams, and those are going to hurt. So opponent going for another body slam here, most likely. Alcatraz looking to go for more confusion damage, trying to catch the opponent maybe on CMP or on alignment here. But you're going to go for the Psychic just right off the rip to try and get that shield back to KO the Celio, as that would be a very awkward matchup for Hakamo. Now we're going to come in immediately with Vigoroth after getting that shield. Opponent's going to throw their charge move here, and Vigoroth is just... He's just waiting. He's like, come on, what you got? What you got? It's Charge Bug. Charge Bug is going to come back in. And now, when you have this much energy, you might as well go for the rock slide at this point. Just because it's not a grind matchup, you're not trying to play. The opponent only has 1 shield left. They're not likely to shield that rock slide, unless they know they have something in the back that, I guess, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they would know, but forcing the opponent to throw right away here in order to preserve the Charge Bug here. And the opponent gonna have a bad time when they get farmed down by Hakamo completely. Opponent not able to get to a move here, and we're gonna see what comes in next. That's gonna be a Crocolore. That is a bad time for the opponent, but it's also a very bad time for the Mr. Mime over here, as those Incinerates would rip it apart. Now, Crocolore, unfortunately, paces very strongly in this matchup, and they are at about 1 short of 2 Disarming Voices, which is all that they are going to need to take out this Hakamo. However, the Hakamo making an almost perfect catch here, and now it's going to be Mr. Mime into the Crocalor. They have 2 charge moves. Is this going to work? Let's see. Gonna get 1 confusion in and take out the Croc. Let's go, Mr. Mime. Good stuff. Getting into the next game, Mr. Mime against Charjabug. Gonna have the battle of the 4-turn move users here. Immediate swap into Vigoroth, though, and the opponent punishes with Primeape. Primeape here is going to be able to completely destroy this Vigoroth, but I have played this matchup enough to know that if the Body Slam gets no-shielded, that actually turns into a very bad situation for the Primeape. So, opponent does have some energy, so now the Primeape is going to get the shielded Night Slash here. Vigoroth really wants to get this Body Slam off. Mr. Mime could definitely farm down. Opponent giving up both shields in order to get this switch advantage here. And maybe it might be all for naught. Depends on what they have in the back. If they have Togetic in the back, then that's one thing. But having Ice Punch, Night Slash here. Night Slash is going to do a ton of damage, but the Confusions are going to do more as they take out this Primeape. And now Charjabug is going to get back in here. And the opponent has Dragonair. Dragonair has no shields and is behind on energy. This Dragon Claw is going to KO. And those Dragon Breaths did not do nearly enough damage to be able to take out this Hakamo. Hakamo is looking pretty good up a shield right now. Doesn't need to do much more than just flex its fighting type muscles at this opponent. As the X-Scissor is resisted, and the opponent goes straight for another move, but you have to shield it, unfortunately, in order to not, not lose. So, gonna go straight for this Dragon Claw here. Hopefully it's gonna be enough. If not, the Mr. Mime is definitely close to a move here. Could certainly even make a swap at some point, but gonna have to get these fast moves through. The opponent not able to get to a charge move after getting farmed down because they got farmed down. Good game. Mr. Mime into another Charjabug. Probably going to see the same thing over again here, so going to go straight to the Vigoroth most likely. There it is. The opponent is staying in this matchup as they resist the counters. It makes sense, right? Going for this chip damage here on the Body Slam before the opponent's able to swap out, get a little bit of something in there, you know. Charjabug getting a bunch of energy loaded up here, up to 2 X-Scissors, and going to probably let them both fire off here. And X-Scissor number 1's going to land, and the opponent is going to go for the next one right away here. Vigoroth went for the counter, so not able to get to a move, unfortunately, here. And then they're going to throw in the Dusclops. And this is a Purified Dusclops, so you'd have to be wary of the return here, which I don't think they need to go for return, but as somebody who used to use return Dusclops, I definitely can say that I think it's actually worse in this version of the Evolution Cup. I've actually preferred using a Shadow without it. Just because it seems like every time you want to use it, it's like, it doesn't seem like it's enough, you know? And then you always get caught in the mirrors of the opponent having, freaking, you know, Sucker Punch Dusclops, or they bring in their Shadow Punch Dusclops and you just get destroyed. So that's always fun. But Mr. Mime getting this farm down, preserving what's left of the Vigoroth here in the back. Down a shield. Opponent comes back in with Charjabug. The Charjabug is going to have to shield if it wants to get a farm down or a move off here. So the opponent is going to go ahead and shield up this Charjabug. Shielding up the Mr. Mime. Going all in on Mr. Icy Spicy here. And go... Oh! No! This degenerate opponent pulls out Chansey out of their pocket. Trainer, don't you know? Those things are bad for you. Triple Axel his face off, Alcatraz. Oh my goodness, not the damn Chansey, man. Come on. Please, not this thing. But Mr. Mime taking out... Bro, the Chansey couldn't even KO Mr. Mime with a Psychic, dude. That's crazy. And in comes Vigoroth. Vigoroth's not taking any damage from this Chansey, like, at all. And the opponent's going to take 6 weeks to get to a charge move. So we're going to be here a while. And they're probably going to get up there. So he's Charjabug. Charjabug's getting farmed down, has a Body Slam ready to go just about. Opponent says, you know what? Nah, I'm good. And that's what you should do. Degenerate Chansey users. All of you should be ashamed if you've used Chansey. I haven't even built one yet. You don't need to. It's just a troll Pokemon. I know some people get a kick out of playing troll Pokemon. There are some people who genuinely get a kick out of making people miserable with Chansey. And you know what? To you, I say I hope you have fun, and I hope every time that you pulled that Chansey out, you lost with it. But I know Chansey can win some games, but I'm not doing it. Nope. Nope. Not at all. Going for the Rock Slide here against this Golbat. Now, the thing is against the Shadow, you can go straight Body Slam because 2 is enough. But against the non-Shadow, you do actually have to land a Rock Slide in order to get the second move to knock out. So Alcatraz sees that, goes for no shielding this, and Mr. Mime comes and gets a nice Nice farm down here. And then we're looking to immediately swap into the Hakumo. Charge Bug staying in, trying to get some energy off here. Hakumo is just sitting here laughing at this Charge Bug saying, this isn't very effective. And then the opponent comes in with a Shadow Dragonair. I know it was a Dragonair. I don't know if it's a Shadow. It's probably Shadow. Most of them are Shadow. Yeah, it's a Shadow Dragonair. Now this is dangerous. But the Dragonair is going to get brought awfully low, and the shield from the Mr. Mime here is going to keep it alive and well. I don't think the opponent's going to be able to get to a second move, though. So they're going to get farmed down, and Charge Bug is... Oh, no, they might... Okay, well, that 1 HP, dude. The 1 HP survive. Going for the confusion down, shield this, and you win the game. That's going to be a great end to that game. Very well played. Good move time, or good move mechanic knowledge there, knowing that you sneak that move through and you win. Getting into the next game, we got Togetic on the lead. Is this a Steel Wing? If it's Steel Wing, this is miserable for this whole team. But opponent has Fairy Wind here, and that's fine. They're going to go immediately for what I believe is an Aerial Ace. Could be an Ancient Power, though. Fairy Wind is super fast. That is an Aerial Ace, and going to go for the Triple Axle now to try and get the opponent's first shield or do a bunch of damage to him. Opponent does shield up the Triple Axle here. Attack goes up as it normally would, and now it's up to Alcatraz if he wants to shield or take the shield advantage. He looks to let it go. Works for me. Very, very good team right here. That there's very likely not going to be anything in the back to answer Hakumo if the opponent has Togetic in the lead. It's very unlikely that trainers will typically have that. Like there we have the Vigoroth, and there's probably something else in the back that is fairly weak to fighting, as Togetic is a good anti-fighter lead as it double resists all fighting damage. So going straight for body slams here, opponent has to really consider their options here, as Vigoroth can just shield and farm down, and we're going to look to see that happen here. And then it's going to be up to the opponent. They want to bring in their Togetic for it to absorb energy, or force them to throw energy. I think it's going to come down to it. You have to let this go. Or you have to shield this, because Hakumo's not getting anything done against the Togetic here. So opponent does let the body slam go through, and these counters are enough, but the Dragonair comes in, and this is getting dicey because the Dragonair is going to get to a move. However, it's just a body slam or an Aqua Tail. It's not going to be enough to KO here. Body slam going to leave that Hakumo pretty low. Opponent going to get pretty low themselves here. Vigoroth can get the farm down. No, it can't. Dragonair takes it out. Close, but no cigar. Good game. Getting into the next game, that is a shiny Alolan Graveler on the other side. If it's Rock Throw, this is going to be a bad time. It is a Volt Switch Graveler. An opponent comes in with a Golbat to counter the Vigoroth safe swap. Opponent goes straight for Poison Fang, as they don't need to go for Shadow Ball here because it's double resisted to the normal typing of the Vigoroth. Vigoroth going to fire off this Rock Slide and see if it can land one. Usually the Golbats don't shield the first move. They start shielding the second, which honestly I'm not really sure. I think in this case it's the right call, because if they shield the first move, then they just get Confusion down and it feels bad. And they're going to get Confusion down regardless, but it's far less farm for the Galarian Mr. Mime, which is kind of nice for it here. But going to get 2 Confusions in, opponent not able to get to that Poison Fang, as they did throw right away before. And the opponent likely comes back in with the Graveler here. Opponent gonna have to swap out. Here comes Dragonair, and this is a 2-shield situation. So in this particular matchup, I think because both players have 2 shields, I think that just going straight for fast moves does make sense here. But just the simple fact that, you know, it's hard to say, because like going for 2 shields here makes sense, but at the same time, having that shield advantage is nice too, to be able to throw the charge move to get the shield in the first place. Because this opponent is rocking a Galarian, or an Alolan Rock here, so they will have to go get to 3 Rock Blasts now in order to get the KO. And they do have some energy, but Galarian Mr. Mime's getting pretty close to Triple Axle here, and they're going to be able to get there regardless. The opponent not going to be able to get to a farm down or 2 moves, and that's going to mean Mr. Icy Spicy takes him. That's a good game. Getting into the next battle, twinsies in the outfit department here. And the opponent's leading a Shadow Dragonair, staying in with the Galarian Mr. Mime, looking to get to that Triple Axle, but they're not going to get to it in time, as the opponent does cleanly outpace in this matchup. But it's hard to really swap out here, because it could just do so much damage, honestly. And Hakumo up against the Dragonair might not be a good thing. Even shields, comes in with the Vigoroth here. And the opponent is able to get to a charge move here before Vigoroth is able to fire off that body slam. Vigoroth has the bulk to withstand it. The opponent now comes in with their own Vigoroth, And now, unfortunately, not enough HP to get to that second body slam here. So Vigoroth is going to be able to do some chip damage before going down, but unfortunately not going to be able to do much more. Now it's going to be up to Hakumo to come in, get maybe a farm down here, and see what the opponent has in the back here. Hopefully it's something that Hakumo and Mr. Mime can handle with no shields. Opponent going for that last minute body slam here before going down. Going to be able to chunk some damage off the Hakumo before getting that farm down and there up a shield. This is looking pretty dangerous, but the opponent has Charge Bug in the back. And now, all of a sudden, things are starting to look up a little bit in the world of Hakumo and Mr. Mime, as the Charge Bug is going to have to be able to shield. It's going to have to shield this here. If you get much lower than this, you're in you're a lot of danger, trainer. In a lot of danger indeed. They're going to go for the charge move here. Is this going to be enough to knock out? I don't think it is. Living with 1 HP, getting the damage off from the move, get the farm down with the Mr. Mime, and comes in, gets the confusion down against Dragonair before getting farmed down. That was beautiful. Good game. Getting into the next battle here. Another Shadow Dragonair. I'm recognizing quite a few of these names, too. Galarian Mr. Mime stays in. Going to go for that triple axle, most likely, before the opponent can farm. Obviously, go for the farm down here. But they're going to both fire off charge moves, look to go even shields, and then most likely see a swap into the Vigoroth here after the first shield has been gotten from the opponent. No, the opponent just lets it go. Mr. Mime sitting here with a boosted attack stat, ripping apart this Vigoroth by the limb. But now, it's all good, because Mr. Mime has done his job. Hakumo can come in here, or Vigoroth can come in here. Either one, both of them are pretty comfortable in this matchup. And going for the CMP tie, not a very attack-weighted Vigoroth at all, with a big fat 0 in the attack stat, but able to win that CMP. Could be just a coin flip CMP as well, if the opponent also has that 0 attack. Body slam, gonna do a little bit, and then the opponent has Charge Bug in the back, and I don't care how many shield advantages you think you have. Hakumo is going to destroy this little Charge Bussy, and that's going to be all she wrote here. We're going to watch this matchup play out, but I'm pretty sure we all know where it's going. The opponent, no shielding, because they pretty much know it's over. And going to go ahead and shield the Hakumo just for good measure here. The opponent going for the X Scissor here. Gonna just keep throwing X Scissors as much as they can. That's all they can really do here, trying to get that Hakumo as low as possible. But Vigoroth is not going to have enough left in the tank here. Opponent saving their shields for Season 18. Going to take out the Vigoroth. That's a good game. Getting into the next battle here against one of my Discord members, Angelus. Some icy leads here. We got Arctibax on the lead. Confusion versus Dragon Breath. Arctibax does win in the bulk department and outpaces here, so it's probably going to have a pretty big advantage against the Mr. Mime, but it's going to be up to what's in the back here. Arctibax lead. Well, who knows what's going to be in the back, honestly, but it's most likely going to be things that are probably going to be strong to Vigoroth here, as the lead would be weak to Vigoroth. We're staying in here to just get farmed down? What happened? What? Do we not have an answer to Vigoroth in the back? The Icy Wind wasn't that important, was it? Trainer, you have a Togetic. Why didn't you switch? Oh no, that was a mistake, unfortunately. And I can poke fun at him because I know him. But Crocalor in the back too. Oh, Trainer, no. Trainer, no. Yeah, staying in. Okay, so just coming from a gameplay, because I want to make sure that Angelus is able to learn from the experience, right? Because if I'm a coach, that's what I do, and I know the guy, and I don't do him that much. After giving him that much crap, swapping out of the Arctibax and getting into the Togetic before. Oh my goodness, it won't leave me alone, man. Swapping in a Togetic as soon as they saw the Vigoroth was probably the way to go. Because Arctibax getting that farm down was just absolutely horrible for it. Now, Togetic is going to be able to farm down this whole Hakumo here if they want to. They do have a shield, and Mr. Mime is going to come in, but it doesn't matter because Mr. Mime is going to get himself clocked by this aerial ace here. Taken out, and then in comes Hakumo to unfortunately eat dirt. Good game. Well played. That's well enough. And going straight into the Discord to say good game. Oh. All right, we're gonna skip that. I don't want to put any personal information on here. I may have already, but I want to. He said good game. That's all we need to know. I'm not gonna. This video looked edited enough that I didn't feel the need to edit it further. So, getting into the final game here, we are gonna have Galarian Mr. Mime, Mr. Icy Spicy himself, against a Crocalor. You couldn't ask for a worse lead, to be honest. This is pretty bad. In comes Vigoroth. Opponent doesn't even throw the Incinerate. They wait for the swap into the Vigoroth because they've seen it so many times, as I'm sure so have you. Is every battle Vigoroth, safe swap, Vigoroth, go, you can do it, safe swap, I believe in you, buddy. And the opponent looking to throw energy, but Alcatra looking to get every shield they can off of this Primeape here, as he's gonna need everything he can get to take care of this Crocalor, because Crocalor with energy destroys the rest of this team. Opponent does let their final shield go, and he's gonna come back in with the Mr. Mime. We're gonna have to just, oh no, doesn't quite get it. Shield up? Don't think so. The Crocalor is coming right back in here, and Hakumo is going to have to be the thing to deal with it. Hopefully Hakumo can handle the rest of this team. We're going to have to see what Alcatraz has. Opponent swapping immediately. Dude, they're not even throwing Incinerates. This trainer is just godlike vision. I couldn't notice things that fast. That's incredible. But giving up the final shield is fine here because the opponent has not thrown a single Incinerate yet. So, going to easily be able to get to a Dragon Claw here and throw it. Get the opponent down low enough. They have to throw the Disarming Voice here. This could be an opportunity to catch a charge move unless the opponent... well, they throw right away. Of course they do. But if the Mr. Mime is close enough to a move, the opponent does need 2 more Incinerates to get to the next move. That's going to come down to this triple axle. And nice timing here, getting there right before that second Incinerate. The frantic, I would be too, dude. I'd be out of my mind right now. Taking out the Crocalor for the win. Very nice gameplay, Alcatraz. I always enjoy watching this man's games. He is very good at this game, and I enjoy watching these games. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you'd like to submit battles to the channel for Shoutcasting, I do have a Google form in the description and the pinned comment you can fill out. And I know we talked about the Discord. I got a Discord server you can get in, get a discount on coaching on Metafy, as well as get in and get early access to videos, my teams, my meta-analysis, and all the other good stuff. And that's going to be in the pinned comment description as well via YouTube membership and the Patreon. I appreciate y'all for watching. I hope y'all have a great weekend, and I'll see you tonight in stream if you're going to be there at 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm probably going to play Catch Cup and make myself very, very sad doing so, but we'll have some fun either way. And then next Wednesday, we're going to be doing viewer battles on the stream, so look forward to that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.